Hey, what's going on, guys? Futures Tech here, and before I get started, I just want to tell you that I promise the door is going to stay shut this time. I apologize. Okay, but anyway, let's jump into this. So yeah, BMW is going to be dead in 5 years, and you know what else? Not just BMW, Volkswagen, Mercedes, a lot of car companies are going to be struggling, dragging on their feet in like 5 years. And let me tell you why. I'm going to start by just saying, hopefully by now, everyone watching this video knows that electric cars are better than internal combustion engine vehicles and that they're the future. And if you don't know that, shoot me a comment down below. Say, I don't know why they're better, or please explain why they're better. And I will make an entire video tomorrow explaining why electric vehicles are better while they're the future. But before I jump into BMW, an electric car to be successful, this is all my opinion, needs two things. It needs a charging network like Tesla has. No other electric car company or no other car company in general has an electric network. And I think that's why Tesla's killing it right now. Is that network. They also need a range of 1 to 300 miles. So basically, I think if you've got an electric car and it's got a range of 80 miles, 90 miles, you're gonna have a hard time selling that because you buy that car, and electric cars aren't particularly expensive. They're more expensive than a normal sedan. So you're paying, a pretty penny for this vehicle, and it only goes 80 miles on a charge. You know how anxious you'd be all the time when you're driving it? Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to start by telling you how much a Tesla Model 3 costs and a couple things you get for that. So a Tesla Model 3 is $35,000. Okay. And with that, you're going to get LED headlights. I know most people won't bring that up, but that's really important to me because you can see so much better with LED headlights, and they feel so premium when you have them. But, whatever. 0 to 60, 4.8 seconds. A range of 220 miles, which should be more than enough for anybody. Even if you're going on vacation, there's a supercharging network that you can take a route, get you there. I think it takes 30 minutes to charge your battery 60, 70%. So usually you only charge it up to 80% anyway. So that's not too much worse. And most importantly, it has 0 emissions. And like I said earlier, if you don't understand why that is so important, shoot me a message. Or go on Now You Know or Teslanomics. I'm sure that they have videos explaining why EVs are the future. Anyway, at a BMW X1, okay, the reason I'm using the X1 is because it's the cheapest car that BMW sells. Out of all their cars, it's the cheapest, and it's $34,000. So not far off already. And basically, it has halogen headlights, which is a big deal for me. If I'm buying a car, I'm upgrading to the lighting package or something that's going to give me LED lights. And if that's too expensive, I'll buy the car and then I'll buy custom headlights that have LEDs in them. Because you can see so much better, especially at night. I mean, that's worth it to me. So it's got a nice speedy 0 to 60 of 6.6 seconds. Almost 2 seconds slower, which in the car world, 2 seconds on a 0 to 60 is a big difference. It's a huge difference. And most importantly, these BMWs are not 0 emission. In fact, they're trying to kill your grandmother. You heard it here first. They're trying to kill your grandmother and your children. But also, for some people, this may be more important. It's outdated. The outside, you could argue, looks nice. Okay, I'll give that to you. Don't try to tell me the interior of that car doesn't look horrible. It's so outdated. That tablet looks like it's from 2010. It looks like a fire. It looks like a Kindle. It's ugly. So it's not even sexy. BMWs are supposed to be sexy, And the outside, I'll give that to you, it looks pretty good, but once you get inside, it all goes away. Red leather seats can't save that car. But anyway, those are the base models, okay? So now I'm gonna go back up to that Tesla Model 3, okay? I'm gonna add $5,000 to the price, $40,000. What does that get you? $5,000? It gets you autopilot. If you don't know what autopilot is, okay, all it is it's basically self-driving on highways and interstates. So as long as your highway or interstate doesn't have horribly painted lines and potholes everywhere, you can use autopilot, and it keeps you in your lane. It accelerates and brakes for you, and it uses the steering wheel. So you may be asking, well, what does the driver do? Well, they don't do anything. They sit there, relax, eat some chips, maybe talk to the passengers, and the car will drive you all the way across that interstate and take the exit for you, and then you'll start driving again. So that's pretty awesome, especially if you drive highways and interstates a lot. That's what $5,000 will get you. Throw another $3,000 on that, and up to $43,000, you get full self-driving capability, which is kind of weird that Tesla charges you for that. Basically, it adds a bunch more cameras to the car if you pay that extra $3,000, and it gives the car full self-driving. So in theory, it could drive everywhere, not just highways, interstates, but in cities, rural side streets, anywhere, parking lots. It'll drive itself from point A all the way to point B without you having to touch the steering wheel, okay? That's what they advertise. Now, the problem with that is that's not out yet. So I don't know if you'd want to spend that $3,000. That's up to you, but for $5,000, full autonomy basically on a highway, on an interstate. I think sometimes it'll ask you to touch the steering wheel. Okay, you touch the steering wheel. Okay, we're good. It'll, maybe once every 5 minutes, but I mean, come on. Okay, and then for a BMW, you get the technology package, and once you get the technology package, you can get the voice assistance package. The technology package is like $5,000. So $5,000 plus, I think I got notes here. The driver assistance package is $700, and what does that do? It beeps at you and can apply brakes towards collisions. So that's good. That's only $700 after you spend $5,000. So basically what that does is if you're swerving into another lane, it'll beep at you. It won't stop you from doing it. It'll just beep at you. And if you get too close to a car, it'll start beeping and it will start applying the brakes. It's not gonna slam them, because that's a lawsuit waiting to happen, but it will slow the car down a little bit to kind of get you to understand. So that's all that does. Hey, $700, that's a steal, right? And then for another $1,000, so now we're at $6,700, you get the stop and go assistant. And this stop and go assistant does everything the normal one does. So throw that in there, and it also will keep you a certain amount of car lengths away from the car in front of you up to the speed you set. So let's say you're on an interstate, you feel comfortable going 10 over the speed limit. So I will set the interstate 65. I'll go all the way up to 75 miles an hour. Okay, so you set that in. Then you get behind a car and you activate it. And before you do this, you will tell it how many car lengths is comfortable for you. Personally, I would choose 3. So it'll keep you 3 car lengths behind that car. Okay? And let's say that car is a little daredevil and decides to go 15 over the speed limit. The car stop and go stops. You're done. You just have to use regular cruise control. It won't do the brakes anymore because it has to have a car in front of it to work, which kind of sucks. Also, it doesn't use the steering wheel. All it does is apply the brakes. It's cruise control that applies the brakes for you. That's it. For $6,700. But anyway, I priced that into the car and I went ahead and threw in the performance package because it's slow and you want it to be competitor to the Model 3. So we threw the performance package in there. Now this car is up to $47,200 with the performance package, the technology package, and the driving assistant. I didn't get premium sound, nothing like that, no Sirius XM, just the tech package so that I could have all the driving assistance. And the performance package so that we could beef up this car. We are at $47,000 $200. And for that price, for just a mere almost $17,000 more, almost the price of another car, we shaved 0.3 seconds off of the 0 to 60 time. So now it's 6.3 seconds. Wow, that is so much faster. I'm so glad we're paying that. And we got all those driving assistance features. I mean, how great is that? It can apply the brakes while you're on cruise control. That's revolutionary. I mean, like, wow. $17,000 so that it can apply the brakes during cruise control, and I can shave 0.3 seconds off my 0 to 60. But I'm not trying to patronize BMW or you guys. I'm just trying to make a point that Tesla is going to slaughter BMW. BMW is going to be crippled and dying on the side of the interstate in 5 years because they're not dumping money into electric cars. They've got the I-Series. Don't flood the comments. They got the I-Series. Their cheapest electric car is like $40,000 or $50,000, and it goes like 80 miles on a charge. and it's ugly. Now that's a personal opinion, okay? But you tell me that that's not ugly, okay? But let's stop bashing BMW because it's not just BMW. It's other, sporty cars. I don't think, Ford's going anywhere because they sell cheaper cars. Okay, you can buy a Ford Focus for like, if you get a manual, like less than $20,000 brand new. So they may die, but it won't be in 5 years. It's the luxury vehicles. It's the BMWs, the Mercedes, the Audis. And I swear I'm not picking on Germany. That's just the 3 car manufacturers I could think of on the spot. But let's stop bashing specific car brands. And I'm just gonna move on, okay? EV sales are rising every single year, okay? Every year they've gone up. 2017 was a big year for EVs. It went up a lot, okay? And 2018 is expected to be even more than that, even if the government decides to take our federal tax credit. And I also want to say battery tech has a lot of room to improve, okay? We've kind of done all we can with like gas mileage. That sweet spot seems to be 30s, 40s. And if you want to get higher than that, you have to put a battery in it. Okay? And that gets you higher gas mileage. So batteries are clearly the future here. So battery tech can improve vastly. Now you can choose to take this with a grain of salt or not, but Tesla unveiled their Roadster for 2020 and it has a charge. This is not a huge car, okay? It's like the size of a sedan, okay? It's just a sports car that has a charge of 620 miles. I think the Prius Prime can go 600 miles if you charge the battery up all the way and the gas tank all the way and you don't go over 45 miles an hour, okay? So batteries can get better. Batteries have a lot of room to improve. We can develop different battery technologies to work better. We've kind of hit rock bottom with the gas. We've plateaued for sure. I mean, we haven't seen much improvement over the past 5-6 years. We saw vast improvement in like 2010 through 13 or so, and after that it's kind of dwindled. Now hybrids are kind of changing the game because they keep putting more and more batteries in their cars, and that's why you can extend this range. Duh. But I just want to end with this. Autonomous cars are electric cars. Autonomous cars are not gas cars, okay? Electric cars are sexy. I'll take that back. Electric cars can be sexy. They're not all sexy, but they can be really sexy. And they're always super quick and agile because they weigh so much more, and it's a battery. You don't have to switch gears as you accelerate. It's all there. All that power is there. So you press the gas and you got it. So they're quick and they're agile, okay? And they're not like ICE vehicles. ICE vehicles are outdated. They can't be autonomous. and they're trying to kill your babies. They're trying to kill your babies. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you want to make a video on why electric cars are so much better for your health, for your babies, and for the environment, tell me in the comments and I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. But leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you didn't like it or you're a diehard BMW fan and I hurt your feelings. Later, guys.